I don't know why it doesn't let me. Whoa. Dude, the way the leaf is falling in slow motion and everything, I just had a weird moment where even the sound stopped. The birds are just starting to chirp again now. I've been following these tracks for the last 15 minutes. Came through the blades real quick before I go pick up my daughter. And, hey Susan, I guess they're fox tracks because when I turned the corner here, I saw the hole down the way. So I was like, oh, I should record this. I saw these fox tracks. Well, you know, I have a connection with a coyote that's around here, with a fox that's around here, and a red-tailed hawk that's around here. I literally been coming to these woods for 43 years, just about my whole life. Now, I started coming up here in 1982, but I had already lived around here in 1978, but I started coming up here in like 1982. So I've been connected to these woods a long time. You could see, yeah, they're like fox tracks, and there's the fox hole, and I'm surrounded by like a dune almost of sand and dirt. This is like off the path. Definitely active. Those are very recent. What's weird is like I see human footprints as well going towards this. Like was somebody reaching in the foxhole? Because there's like human prints too. They're not mine. I know where mine are. That's what's crazy. I don't know if coyotes do that too, but I know foxes do this. And let me see if I can't even scale this thing, dude. Because it's like sand. But you can even see the prints, like, all around it even. Even on top of it. Look at the scratches above it. See? Look at the scratches above it. And you gotta know what to look for, but like you could see the prints of it all. You could see the prints. My grandfather taught me how to track, but I didn't like to hunt. That's the whole thing. But my poppy taught me how. He brought me once, and then I never. He brought me once to hunt, but I never wanted to hunt. You know, I like tracking, but I never wanted to hunt. You know, just as a kid having to drag the deer back and all that stuff. I don't like that. I found it morbid, and my poppy like actually would, you know, skin him and butcher it and do everything himself. My brother was into it at a very young age. Dude, guys, there's pictures of my older brother, like at 3 or 4 years old, smiling with this like little devilish smile, while a dead deer is hanging right behind him, like directly behind him. He's standing in front of it, and he's like 3 or 4 years old. He was like into it all, man. Yeah, he had no problem with it. He loved hunting. I'm pretty sure he probably still goes. But we had a family member that had land upstate that my brother used to go up there too. But yeah, I was never into it. I never once shot a deer in my life, ever. I had to help drag one back once, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. It just didn't feel right to me for some reason. From the beginning, I just didn't like it. It just, I know, like, it's, I want to see if this thing comes out now that he heard me come near it. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna go back in a second before we close. But I know if there was anyone in there, they had to have smelled me by now. So I figured he would pop his head out when he heard me walk away. A little castle in there, man. I wonder what kind of system there is. Sometimes they have like an intricate tunnel system in there. They dig. That is like a little fortress. Look at that from back here. You can see it's like built into the side of the hill. It's a whole chamber. I'm sure that goes down in. That's pretty dope. I'm surprised one of them hasn't popped their head out yet. That means they're around here. Ooh. Did I just see movement in there? I was seeing pretty big footprints too. Like, let me show you. They're not mine either. I don't even know if they were barefoot. Some of like, that's what I was like, are these barefoot before? Because it didn't look like it was from a shoe. It was just like the size of a human. Where were they? They were like older, like, you know, just leaving. There's like, is that a deer? That was a deer. Yeah, see there. There's another one. Dude, some of these rocks are intense. This looks like freaking almost granite. Man, the birds have gotten so much more active over the last few minutes. At first it was silent when I walked back here. It was like something just came through here. And then the birds started singing. You can see how loud they are now. It wasn't like that when I first started my video. Maybe it was me that made it get silent. What up, Eddie? Lady dagger status. Throwing dagger with her eyes. She throws daggers with her eyes. I know a few people like that. I just heard something interesting. We got black squirrels here too now. They're like really dark black too. And they got Air Jordans on and gold chain. No, but they really are black. They're like dark black. Yes, I have seen some little people. I've actually got them on video over the last 5 or 6 years, at least a handful of times. I've gotten some anomalous activity, both on photographs and videos. You know, some of it's on YouTube, some of it's on my Patreon. Yeah, there's a certain tree in these woods. There's a few of them. I think it's a network that's connected to, like, if you want to say, other harmonic frequencies of the same dimension that we're here in right now, but other frequencies that exist of this dimension. Other, like, superimposed almost right now, and sometimes they sort of blend together, I think, and bleed together for certain reasons. And I think it's what's pumping out of our brain, basically, our frequency. I think when we get to a certain level, it could even be through massive sorrow or massive joy and things like that, almost like a kundalini energy type awakening. You can cross that barrier between dimensions. And yeah, I've seen some things here, and they've always been associated usually with me having almost like a kundalini type experience, right, where you feel that almost like an orgasmic energy that rises in you. That's actually where the term for sekhet, or people say it's Sekhmet, but it's actually sekhet. That's actually where the term comes from. That sort of name. It comes from Sekhem, which means spiritual power, spiritual might, or like that kundalini type energy, the Vedic kundalini. That's how they describe it in Vedism, basically, right? Which is a spiritual power, a spiritual might, and it can be prematurely activated and really freaking dangerous. You can open up the pits of hell for yourself. Literally. It could change who you are forever, and there's no turning back. Split your brain. You can have an intense experience where you just are bonkers for the rest of your life. So that's how dangerous it is. It can chew you up and spit you out, and you'll be running from like Clash of the Titans skeletons carrying friggin' swords in the street, and they know every lie you've ever told and anything you've ever done wrong, and you're running from devils. Literally, it'll set you on fire. So it's a dangerous energy to be messing with.